rất là đông luôn. Hơi bị đông nha. Alright. Oh yeah. Woo. Yeah, DJ. I'm way too good for you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand. Em đi ăn đi vô đông quá nè. Oh guys, relax. Oh yeah, right now. Oh, too much. Hello.
Can you put your selfie stick down?
Sorry?
You have to put your selfie stick.
No selfie stick. All right.
Don't
Right.
expand.
It's a selfie handle, baby. Yeah. Nice. Where's everybody? Ở đâu? Bên kia kìa. Can I go in? Thank you. Rồi. Vô. Còn nhiều. Vô chỗ cho con Nam Vũ nữa.
Đâu phải không?
Đây nè. Đây nè, con cho ngồi giữa đi. Ngồi đây là ngon nhất. Yeah. Nice. Wow. The best place ever. Anh ngồi nguyên hàng này đẹp lắm anh. Hello anh Hải. Ngồi đây nè. Còn nhiều. Đó. Vô luôn. Rồi ok.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to ICC Sydney, standing on Tumbalong, the land of the Gadigal clan, of the Eora Nation. To acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and pay respects to the elders, past and present. Please welcome Gadigal Elder, Uncle Alan Madden.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Alan Madden, Gadigal Elder. For my first song, only kidding you fellas. I thought you might be happy about that. First and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge our Aboriginal elders, all elders, past and present, and pay my respects to all our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander brothers and sisters. And sincere welcome to you to Gadigal. No matter where you've come from, whether it be across the seas, across the state, or across town, once again, a very warm and sincere welcome to you to Gadigal. And as I've mentioned many times before, was, is, and always will be Aboriginal land. Only three things shorter than that: coming, taxation, and going. It's an honour and pleasure to be here this evening to welcome one and all to Gadigal. Gadigal is one of 29 clans of the Eora Nation. The Eora Nation is bounded by nature's own, the Hawkesbury River to the north, Nepean to the west, and Georges River to the south. And in between those three mighty rivers is the Eora Nation. And in that nation, there are 29 clans. And the clan's land we're on this evening is Gadigal. On behalf of members of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council and of the Gadigal mob, once again, a very warm and sincere welcome to you to Gadigal. There's an old saying out there, and I think it's very appropriate for you mob here today. They say, where there's a will, there's relatives. So once again, on behalf of the Land Council and of the Gadigal mob, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mdrt immediate past president, Ross Vanderwolf.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, Mdrt. Or should I say, g'day to all my Mdrt mates. Welcome to Australia. I'm so pleased and proud of the fact that the inaugural Mdrt Global Conference is being held in my home country. For one thing, now you are all the ones with the accent, not me. As you can appreciate, this is a very exciting and historic day for Mdrt. And the best news is that we get to share it together. Today, we embark on a new course in Mdrt history with the inaugural Mdrt Global Conference. This new meeting reflects Mdrt's growth over the past 91 years, from a small US association to a truly global association with 72,000 members in 72 countries. This meeting will provide content specific to the needs of Mdrt members in the Asia-Pacific region. Most importantly, it will offer many more members the opportunity to experience the magic of an MDRT meeting on an annual basis. As you saw from the video earlier, and I'm sure many of you are already aware that Sydney not only travelled to a new country, but to a different continent as well. Australia is the only continent that only has one country. Our landmass is almost the same as the United States of America, but our population is only 25 million. 14 million less people than the state of California. We have more kangaroos and sheep than people here. 90% of our population lives along the coast because the interior, which is often referred to as the outback, is really a desert. A couple of points you should be aware of. There are no such animals as koala bears. They are koalas. Koalas are not bears, they are marsupials. Like kangaroos, they rear their young in a pouch. However, there is such a thing as a kookaburra. It is a bird native to Australia and is known for its call, which sounds like either a raucous laugh or a screech. Hopefully you won't hear too many of those this week. While Sydney is regarded as one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I come from a little bit further north, a town called Brisbane. That's where I live. Brisbane, believe it or not, has an event that is the envy of Sydney. Sydney is very jealous of the fact that Brisbane is the only city in the world that has the World Cockroach Racing Championships. That is a fact. Now, Brisbane's had the honour of hosting this prestigious event for the past 38 years. So if you are ever in Brisbane on January 26th, which is our National Day, Australia Day, make sure you get along to our cockroach races. They're fantastic. Last fact that I will share. We do actually say, "G'day, mate." That is a form of greeting. So I thought it would be appropriate if you all had a try at saying, "G'day, mate." So can you each turn to your left or to your right and say, "G'day, mate." Maybe a little bit more practice is required, but by the end of the week we may do another test and see how you're going.
That will live in our memories for a very long time. It will also be archived in the MDRT history books as yet another important milestone in its 92-year history. You might have noticed that some of the attendants tonight are wearing a white ribbon with blue letters under their badges. It reads Class of 2019. This tells us that they are new MDRT members. I'd like to ask you to join me in welcoming them to MDRT. If you see them around, please take a moment to extend a warm welcome and encourage them to take advantage of all this meeting has to offer. To you, first-timers, we are very glad you are here. We hope you, like many of us, will return year after year so that you continue reaching new heights in your professional lives. As is the tradition at our annual meetings, at this conference we also have a large team of volunteers to help us better navigate the logistics of the meeting, whether it's finding a session room or getting guidance when visiting the MDRT store booth. They are wearing hats and are called the Program General Arrangements, or PGA volunteers. If you have any questions, please ask them. They are here to make your experience even better. And here is a tip. Being a PGA volunteer is the fastest way to meet other members and make friends from around the world. One of the things that makes Mdrt members so unique is our willingness to share ideas with other members. We encourage all of you to look for opportunities to do just that. Introduce yourselves to members you don't know. Share ideas that have helped you solve some of your most challenging problems. Above all, listen. Listen to the stories of other members from near and far.
As we present the flags of the member countries represented at this meeting, please stand when your flag is introduced. The flags will be announced in ascending order based on the number attending from each country, with the flag of our host and founding country last. Ladies and gentlemen, Mdrt proudly presents the flags of Mdrt. Bahrain. Cayman Islands. Curacao. Hungary. Jamaica. Poland. Greece. Ireland. Mexico. Pakistan. Trinidad and Tobago. The Bahamas. Lebanon. South Africa. Brunei. Nepal. The United Arab Emirates. United Kingdom. Macau. New Zealand. Canada. Cambodia. The Republic of Korea. Sri Lanka. Taiwan. Singapore. Vietnam. Malaysia. The Philippines. Japan. Indonesia. India. Thailand. Hong Kong. People's Republic of China. Australia. United States of America. And the flag of Mdrt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing as we present the national anthems of our founding country, followed by our host country, the United States of America, and Australia. Leading us this evening is a uniquely talented young woman, masters in music, and a member of the International Australian Singers. Ladies and gentlemen, we give
Once again
Ladies and gentlemen, the flags of Mdrt.
By the end of this time, you're going to see that you and me are like exactly the same. Exactly the same. Can I tell you? But I want to start by being honest with you. Can I keep it real with you? Oh, good. Okay. Then I'm going to be honest and tell you that I did not go to school to become classical music's #1 maverick. That was not the goal. I had dreams of just being a world-famous classical concert pianist. I knew exactly what my life would sound like. It would sound like Mozart. Chopin. Beethoven, of course. When at my first piano lesson, I did not sound anything like that. My first teacher insisted that I play out of these beginner piano books, and I begged him to let me play some real music. He refused me. And after about 8 or 9 months, he died. I don't know why you're laughing. It's not funny. It's a very sad occasion. So I go now to my second teacher, and lo and behold, he also breaks out these awful beginner piano books, and I beg him, please let me play some Mozart or some Beethoven or Chopin, and he said, no, Jade, we must go 1 page at a time. And that torture went on for 5 or 6 months, and then he also died. So now it's getting scary. My parents are worried that I'm cursed. People are wondering if I'm the Black Widow of piano students. So I go now to my third teacher, and I thought it would have been irresponsible of me not to tell her what had happened to the 2 teachers who came before her. So I said, Miss Whitehead, I just want to be honest. My first 2 teachers insisted I play out of these beginner piano books, and they were dead within a year. Never forget that. She said to me, Jade, what would you like to play? So she gave me my first real music. I am standing here today because of that third teacher. You are here because you get the chance to be just like that third teacher. There are people who are waiting on you to be the person to take them and their assets to the next level. But are you really going to pay attention to get to know who they really are? Are you going to really find out what their dreams and goals really are? Because they are looking for someone to partner with them to do epic things. How many of you in here are ready to do epic things in life and business? Yes? Well, you have to understand what the word epic means. Epic means a legendary, history-making story. I don't believe in accidents. I believe that if I'm here, it's because I am in the room with thousands of people who are ready to make history with their lives and with their businesses. Am I in the right place? Yes! I'm going to play for you a piece that I'm only able to play because of that third teacher. This is Rachmaninoff's C-sharp minor prelude, a piece that has already found its place in history. And I found out everybody was pretty good. Now, I bet you have no idea what it's like to be in a super competitive, slightly oversaturated industry where everybody does exactly what you do. You know what that's like? Anybody? Yeah. Your industry is extremely competitive, and so is mine. I want to tell you about 3 demographics we have. On one side, we have these annoying little child prodigies. These guys are like 5 or 6 years old, and they play the same music you just heard me play. But they're just so much more adorable than I am. And on this side, we got these old guys. I mean old, like 150 years old. They don't just play Beethoven. They played golf with Beethoven, you know? But they just won't die and get off the stage. And then in the middle, there was me, an African-American female classical concert pianist. And the only way that I knew to survive sometimes was to compete to death. I'd play the biggest, fastest pieces possible. And can I just admit to you that it was tiring? It was so tiring that in order to get through these concerts, I started telling stories in the middle of the music. And I noticed that the audience did something weird. They started liking the stories just as much as they liked the music. And they would say, oh my gosh, we love the music, but that story you told, it made me feel something. And I was offended because I had come to impress them with what I did best. I thought that this thing, the piano, the music, was the reason I was here. One of the first moves you're going to have to make is you're going to have to re-understand purpose. I thought my purpose was to play the piano. I discovered over time that it was bigger than that. So is yours. Your purpose is not the thing you do. It's the thing that happens in others when you do what you do. When you get that, it shifts everything. Once I started re-understanding purpose, it changed the way I felt on stage. It changed the way that I saw my audiences. And one of the biggest changes that's on stage in terms of what my possibilities were for my audience, you're going to have to start re-understanding your purpose. You're not just financial advisors. You're not just in financial services, businesses. It's way bigger than that. People listen to you, well, some of them, right? They listen to you, and when they do, you guide them. Your words, your expertise helps to lift plans, goals, and dreams that had once been grounded for lack of strategic planning. You literally help people get to a place where when they begin a new relationship with their finances, they are now in a position to leave a legacy. Because of that, I don't think of you as financial advisors. I think that your purpose is really to be legacy lifters. How do you like the sound of that? When you re-understand that, sometimes it feels like it requires a lot of change to have to even think of things differently, but I feel like change, we've been making it much harder than it really is. Whenever you want to change something, you first start with something familiar. You don't even have to go to music school to know that that's Flight of the Bumblebee, right? So see, you precede change with connection. And when people know that you're connected with them, not just to impress them, but to make an impact, the people in your teams will start to believe in the change that you're introducing, and soon enough they'll be begging you to jazz things up a bit.
Why?
And you see, once you start jazzing things up a bit, why do you stop there? You've already got the people you serve, you've got their attention already. So what you really want to do is not just change things a little bit, you want to decide to be the remix. I just did was in real time, I did what Mavericks have to do next. They have to begin to believe and always be reinventing. You have to always agree to evolving, and you do that by accepting bold invitations to reinvent every time you get them. How many of you are excited that when you leave MDRT, you're ready to do bold new things when you leave here? Raise your hand. Who's excited? Oh, you look, only a little bit of you are excited. Yes? How many of you would accept a bold invitation if it happened tomorrow? You'd be ready, yeah? And I'm also curious, does anybody else in here play the piano? Anybody? And a few people? I'm always curious to know who's in the room, yes? And nobody else? You're very scared, it looks like, to tell me that you play the piano. I was just curious. So how many of you would be ready to reinvent if the moment came right now? Who would be ready? You know, sometimes I'm in these situations and a name will just come to my head. You know, when you're having coffee, eating breakfast at conferences like this, you have to always be aware of the opportunities that are around you. Sometimes you'll bump into somebody at the espresso machine and not realize that they are the keynote speaker for the event that you're there for. Maybe it's somebody like, what's this name? Brad. Brad? Is there a Brad in here? Oh my God, Brad Elman, is that you? Come on up, Brad. Brad found himself talking to my assistant at the espresso machine at the hotel, but he had no idea he'd be on the stage. Come on up, Brad. Big round of applause for Brad. Yeah? Now I'm curious, you know, everybody likes you, Brad, because they didn't get picked. They're happy that it's you and it's not them. Who else in here plays the piano? Anybody play piano? No? You play piano? That's so amazing. When's the last time you played? When? 1 week ago. You are perfect for right now. Come join me on stage. Yeah, perfect. Come on, make your way to the piano. You see, you have to decide now that you're going to put yourself in a position that when the moment comes to you, you're going to dare to say yes. Brad, take a seat. Do you play the piano, Brad?
Not very well, no.
Oh, that's all right. You're still perfect. Sit right here at the end of the piano. Come on over. Come on over. Who do we have here? Tell the audience who you are.
I'm Sydney. Sydney.
And you played piano last week?
Yes.
Have a seat. Perfect. You see, when you're an audacious leader and you're having to lead teams, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And you're going to have to trust your team. Brad, I'm going to trust you today to hold down the bass. You're just going to give me 2 notes here. That's all. Can you do that? Oh, he's a prodigy, isn't he? Yes. Now, I want you to play just a little melody, whatever you want, in the key of C minor. We'll just stay on C minor. Anything you want. So a leader doesn't get worried that their team is not going to be able to do what she's requiring of them. She's going to trust that she can take 2 people of 2 different skill levels and trust they're going to find their groove. An audacious leader doesn't get nervous. She doesn't micromanage. She waits until just the right moment and then she scoots in and makes things just a little bit better. It's 2014. But I don't want you to let that be the closing act of the keynote speaker. I want you to see this as what it looks like when you begin to bring all of yourself to every single table, every single time. What you must do, your last move, you've already got it done for you. You must connect with other mavericks. You must link up with people who move like you, talk like you, and want the same epic things that you do. I'm gonna end now with Black Beethoven. Can I rap for you? Is that okay? All right, here we go. Thank you so much, Mdrt Global. You've been a fabulous audience. Thank you. I played Beethoven. They went crazy when I hit the keys really fast. Really, they was worried that their precious time wouldn't last. I won it all, had the trophy in my right hand, but on my left was a seersuckered old man. He looked at me in my cute little round face, told me with a smile I was a credit to my own race. I was worried for this man, he about to get got. If my angry daddy was an earshot, but he kept wondering, said he wanted to cut this move like me. If only they would play a little Beethoven and Debussy. Get up off of my gown, clown. Get up off of my stage, gauge. You're not gonna block out my shine, Ryan. You're not gonna hammer this grind, Ryan. Get up out of my trailer, Taylor. Get up out of my cake, Jake. You're not gonna hold this back, Jack. Didn't you know Beethoven was back? You whack. Thank you, Mdrt.